Good morning and welcome back to Life Hacks. Today is part 2 of the 5 R's of taking thoughts captive. Last week we covered the first 3 R's: review, reveal, and regroup. And today we're going to cover the last 2: rewrite and reclaim. If you haven't watched part 1, I encourage you to do so, and maybe even pause this video and watch that one before watching this one. It will help make everything make more sense. But today we're going to pick up where we left off, where we had in regroup, we had determined that what we needed had to do with things that would make us less anxious, less fearful, and would help us feel more valued. For today, for the purpose of this particular segment, I'm going to focus on fear and anxiety, because that's a very common issue for just about everybody in the world right now, I think, but particularly for trauma survivors. So, how do you rewrite a circumstance or a thought? Well, you determine in the scenario that we presented that you were anxious and fearful. So, to rewrite that, look at a concordance in a Bible, or there is a website, dailyverses.net, where you can plug that word in and you'll get a long list of scriptures that have to do with that. Or you can use apps like YouVersion to look up scriptures related to fear and anxiety. And when you do that, read through those scriptures and determine one that resonates with you. And when you find one, write it down in your journal, and then say it out loud, and do that a couple of times, because the more you speak it out loud, the more it is ingrained in your subconscious, so that if when another circumstance comes up that's similar, that scripture will be readily available to you, and it will become your go-to replacement for the negative things or the lies that you're hearing in your head that are based on your life experiences. You're really reprogramming your brain to think differently, which is capturing the thought. So for me, my go-to scripture about fear is found in 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7, and it says, "We have not been given a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind." So I spoke that, I wrote it down, and then I said it again. And when I do that, it really calms my spirit. It calms me, it reassures me. So then what does reclaim mean? Okay, well, reclaim is simply looking at that scripture, putting it yourself into the circumstance again based on the scripture, and then writing down and speaking out loud what is the truth about you in this circumstance. And so for me, and a possibility is, I am strong, I am a daughter of God, I can trust God to get me through this. I need not fear. Very simple statements. The key to the journal is short, concise statements and not allowing the spiral to ignite again. You're stating a truth that you've learned from doing a journal. And that's it. And you're done. And end of story. And just doing that process is enough to pull you out of the emotional spiral. And that's what capturing your thoughts means, is pulling yourself out of that spiral so then you can go on with your day and not get stuck in the spiral that continues to spin out of control for the entire rest of the day. If you do this, when a thought first pops into your head, or when your emotions accelerate beyond what the circumstance warrants, pull out a notebook, a journal, and just begin to do this little 5-step process. The 5 R's of taking thoughts captive: review, reveal, regroup, rewrite, and reclaim. You can do this. I promise you, you can do this. So for more information, you can go to the Relate website, which I have put the link to in the description. And happy journaling. Capture those thoughts. If you like what I've said today and would like to hear more, please subscribe and please leave comments about your efforts to use the 5 R's. I would love to hear the response. Thank you so much, and I will see you next week. Bye now.